Welcome to Arcade Audio.
And I was like, why does everyone have AIDS? Like, what is happening? Is this going to come back?
Except for Mark.
That was the
and
80s
Benny.
and
Yeah.
early 90s, man.
And Joanne.
I genuinely was like, I hope this comes back. Like, I didn't know it was going to come back into the plot. Like, I was like, does everyone just
Just
have
mentioning
AIDS?
we have AIDS and then it's about
Yes.
something different.
Well,
That's
that's
what I
so.
thought.
But wait, no, but that's how I felt about Mimi's drug addiction. It's brought up so hardcore, and then they don't
because
do
she gets
anything
clean
with it.
Roger.
But
when
then
they're in
she
love.
falls back.
And she falls back
off
in that
the wagon.
montage. So it's
Well, I
very
think the drug
beautiful.
addiction
It's very
is-
beautiful in the movie.
It's
for
a
the record.
metaphor for
Super
her
beautiful.
fulfilling her life not with the person she loves,
But then
with a drug.
it confuses me watching it. Why she's, spoiler alert, dying at the end.
Yeah.
I'm like, is it because she has AIDS?
It's because of AIDS.
It's because of AIDS, but like she also has the drug addiction. So I'm like, does the drugs have something to do with it? I just feel like
it's
there
not
needed
helping.
to be like,
Yeah, they didn't.
I think
that
she
together.
feels her
with
health
it.
declining, and to fight the depression of knowing you're about to die and
Dying,
you can't
yeah.
fight this disease is she has the drugs to mask that pain.
True
And
story.
so I think the drug addiction feeds into
Yeah, that makes sense.
that makes sense.
that.
And
You're
then
so wise, Katie.
Thank you. I've
What do we
experienced a lot of rent.
I thought I had, but damn, girl, you are opening up new
I was-
doors.
Obsessed.
obsessed. You had a very long rent face.
Because she's secretly still obsessed.
Yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
I love rent.
so then we go to One Song Glory.
Oh my god,
know
the
what?
moodiest boy.
Yeah, what do we think about?
Moodiest.
I started with Jared Leto was cast. Like, this is such a.
He would have been great.
60
to be
Seconds to
honest.
Mars
He'd
song.
Probably be a great Roger.
It's such a.
Jared Leto is not allowed to do anything.
Why?
After
Why
the
did-
Joker performance.
He sexually assaults people.
He does. He's an assaulter
Him
too.
too?
Fuck!
Did not hear about that.
God.
Pretty much
I mean-
anyone famous.
Well, the thing is, my world.
Except for Tom Hanks.
My
Except for
world
Tom.
crashed when it was Matt Lauer. I was just like, God damn it, man!
Damn it,
Like,
Matt Lauer. What a freaking creepo. The
Yeah.
button
No,
under his
no.
desk that locked the door from the
Yes.
inside.
We can't go into Matt Lauer.
I'm
sorry.
just saying.
Can't allow
Like,
it.
it took a turn for me when it was Matt Lauer. I was
Yeah.
like, God damn it!
I can't allow
Now it's
it.
everybody.
No, it's literally everyone.
All right, moving on.
Where
moving
does
on.
Aziz Ansari is next, and I'm so upset.
Oh my God, I'd be.
What no
devastated.
way.
I'm upset.
Well, I mean, think about it. It started with the guy who does Elmo.
Oh God. All right, we got it.
Okay, we're talking about
Sorry,
rent.
right. We're not gonna
Anyway,
pay.
One Song Glory. Fun little personal anecdote. I auditioned for Rent at MSU because
Did you really?
I had fallen out of acting or doing anything performance wise because I was like, that's not realistic. And then it was my junior. Yeah,
Very fair.
it was junior year, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking try it out. And I did One Song Glory, having never seen Rent, because I think someone just recommended that it would fit my voice. And I had never done a real audition before. In high school, those are kind of real,
Yeah.
but they're not real because they're gonna help you if you
The
fuck
pressure
up.
is off,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
And so it was my first one, and the pianist started playing, the accompanist started playing the song, and I immediately didn't start on the right time. And so I just started singing words at random moments, and the accompanist was trying to follow me, and it was a fucking disaster. And then I also prepared a monologue because I didn't read the description carefully. You were supposed to prepare a song for Rent and a monologue for a different show and a different audition in a different room in a different building. And so I was like, and now I'd like to do my monologue. And they were like, oh, that's no. You're done. This is it. This is your.
Or is that just what they told you because they
Right,
knew
'cause
they weren't going to
No,
cast
they
you?
directed me to the other, which also went terribly. The worst part was they did this weird thing. I don't know if this is common, but it wasn't just the casting directors at the table. They would let in the two next people that were going to audition on deck. So I had these two people watch
That
me, and I was like,
happens sometimes in
oh,
Chicago.
fuck.
I've never
I've been
had
in
that
auditions
happen.
where they let everyone that's waiting to audition in the room. and so you're performing for like 30 people.
Yeah, I hate
for
that.
your 16 bars or whatever.
No
the fuck.
thanks.
Wait, so you auditioned for Rent and they asked you to sing a song from Rent?
No. I made that poor decision.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say that, like, it never happened.
Yeah, I actually thought about that like recently. I was like, I probably should have picked a different song.
Yeah, you picked something related to the song, the musical, Dan.
Right.
God.
Oops.
Learn.
Well, that's why I'm not in. That's why I'm not a musical theater fool. All right, so yeah, One Song Glory.
But also,
Which is
like,
beautiful
yeah.
done in the movie.
It's
I love
really
it
beautiful.
because it's so
One
whiny in
song
the musical because it's
glory.
just him talking about how depressing his life is. But in the movie,
boring.
it's
In the movie, it's great.
In the movie, it's really great because you see April, you put a face
Right,
to the
right.
name.
That was really
you
cool.
see like
Yeah.
his little like journey through it, and it made sense. That's why I like the movie. It brings light to
Yeah.
I
some
totally
things
agree.
that you can't do on stage that takes away from the
It's
musical.
just more
Right.
interesting.
Because I bet he, without that setup, he's just moody. You know, he's not like an interesting character who actually has
He
gone
is.
through.
I mean, if you see the musical, he literally
It's
first
just
of all,
moody.
No, I've never understood this. Roger's nails are painted black the entire musical,
Yeah.
but they're like beautifully painted black, and I'm like, so you have
like
enough
a
money to
Money
get a
to-
manicure, but you don't have enough money
Yep.
for food
For
or anything
anything.
else. All
He
right,
knows his
Priorities.
priorities.
Yeah. But no, that is a really nice scene that like very quickly sets up a very tragic past for this character and makes you sort of emotionally invested in him at least.
Yeah,
a
it
little
does.
bit.
The movie makes
Yeah.
you connect with his like struggle more.
Right.
I feel.
Right, as
great-
opposed to
it's a
just
great
like fuck
song,
this
too.
moody asshole Eeyore.
And Adam Pascal sings it beautifully.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I just like he does have a cool voice, but like
His
every
voice
once in
is
a while, like
just
the
very rock and roll.
like those things, I'm like,
Can you do better?
Someone's
Dan?
just bitter that they weren't cast.
Can you do better?
yes, I just did.
You sound a little bitter, Dan.
I don't know. It just drove me crazy. I should have been him. Damn it! That audition was rigged.
It was rigged.
Damn it! All right. Then we go to Light My Candle. Unless
What
I'm
a
missing anything.
sassy little song.
It's a sassy little song.
It's fun, though.
It is fun.
Yeah,
I
it's fun.
actually I love singing it
yeah.
with
it's
someone.
delish.
You know, it's very lovely. But I feel like it comes out of nowhere for Mimi to be super fucking pushy
See,
with
the
Roger.
movie
okay.
sets it up better than the
Yeah,
musical.
it does.
Because they show her like seeing him after the Rent song,
Right,
And
and
she has
There's
a
a
candle, she, like, blows
there's
it
like
out.
a there's like a thing.
So they like connect it.
Yeah, she's like, I
Yeah.
will bone that guy.
In the musical,
And she's like seen him around.
yeah,
Right.
in the musical, it happens so out of nowhere, and
It's
I'm like, hold up, back
what?
up.
Why?
Why are you so pushy, girl? Why are
Which
you
maybe
so
that
like?
happens in the opera.
She's like desperate for the D, and I'm
Yeah.
like, you need to calm down.
yeah, you don't know him.
well, that's why
Right.
I thought
You
it was
don't know
a,
his baggage, and
Right.
clearly that's an issue.
He's
with
got
that.
AIDS. But so does she.
too. Should tell you baggage, wine, and beer.
Well, this is gonna keep happening, audience.
Yeah,
We're gonna
No,
sing
definitely.
all of Rent.
Absolutely, we are gonna perform.
Well,
the whole
yeah, this is
musical.
actually now we're gonna cut to us just doing the whole show. I'm gonna actually be doing all the instruments. Bum bum bum.
You're
bum,
such a
bum.
beautiful
I know.
downbeat for a bell.
You know what I hated about this song though? It was a fun song, but the wax, it's dripping between my fingers. Like, what the fuck is happening?
It's just some
Well,
S&M
because
shit.
right
Huh?
in the
Yeah, I know, but
So I feel like in the
It makes you blush, Daniel.
This is where the
It was just
musical
dumb.
does a better version than the movie. Just that little moment. It's because, like in the musical, she lifts her knee up to his crotch and is like,
okay.
I like it between my. And then
Okay.
he's like, "Oh, fingers!
Yeah, right.
You're touching my penis." And then
boy.
in the movie, it's just kind
They're
of
just
like,
holding hands,
They're just
right?
holding hands.
Yeah, and I don't know. I guess it was just also emblematic of a few times where the lyrics were just kind of cheesy. Like, they just kind
Yeah.
of forced the lyrics.
It's a
little.
cheesy.
It's
Okay.
a very cheesy.
All right, I'm glad
song.
we can agree to
It's
that.
a cheesy musical.
I
for
mean,
sure.
they say that I have the best ass.
Yes.
Below 14th Street.
I
And
know.
she's clearly bending over like,
Yeah.
Isn't it true?
But
what?
You're staring again.
I did not mind.
I mean, you do have a nice. I mean, you look
Yeah.
familiar.
That's what I was like.
Get
Okay, how
out
many
of
more times are we
girlfriend.
gonna do
Oh,
that?
very sad.
Um,
But I'm sure I've seen yes,
Do you go to this cat scratch?
What's the? I wrote with my father. I'm Roger. What's that?
Do you want to dance? They're talking
Yeah.
about her dad first.
Yeah.
Big
Okay.
hands like my father.
Oh,
and then she's
yeah,
like, do you want
yeah.
to dance? And
With
he's like,
my
with
father.
you? No, with
And
my
she's
father.
like, bitch, no, with my father. Who do
I
you
know.
think I'm asking
Sarcastic.
to dance with?
But the way that it's done in the
no,
movie,
I think it's a
like,
very awkward
"What's
line.
happening here?"
I think it's a very, like,
Yeah.
I don't think anyone has ever executed it correctly.
She doesn't do like
Just
a face.
because father and Roger like a little bit rhyme, and I think Jonathan Larson was like,
This is it. That's what I'm
That's as
saying.
close as we're gonna get.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like sometimes they were like, whatever. Who fucking cares? No one's gonna dig into it this much.
But little did
Little
he
did
know.
Years later,
We
30
have
years
every
later.
inhale memorized on the
Taking
cast
it out of
recording.
my head. I was going to say that exact same sentence.
Because it's true.
It is true.
And then we cut to the morning, right? And we get Today for You.
Which I think it's funny that you don't like that song.
Well, now that I get it, I'm okay. I'm more okay with it. But like, it was just like, what the fuck is happening? I don't
okay, but
understand
here's my
it.
thing about this song, because I've seen it done multiple times, and I saw it once. I'm not gonna say where because that's horrible.
Okay.
But the angel copped out and wore some stupid platformy shoes that
when
any
you
guy
saw
can
it.
wear.
Gotcha. I thought you meant like in
And
this.
I only think that song should be done
in heels.
with proper fucking
You have
heels.
to have huge heels.
You have to have
You gotta
on
get closer to
huge
the mic.
heels.
You have to have huge heels.
And, yeah, super wonderful heels. Like my roommate Lewis, when he found out, I told him that because I went by the casting list first, and I told him, I was like, "Oh my god, you got Angel!" Freaking out, and he's like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!" Came home that day, and he was in my closet,
like I gotta
trying on every pair of
Right.
heels that I
gotta
had.
figure out how to wear these.
And
things.
he was like, "You need to teach me how to do it."
Nice.
And I taught him in my highest, best heels how to jump and walk and
Wow.
dance in this. And he wore proper heels.
There you go.
Cut to when we both saw another production happening at the same time. And this angel was not wearing heels. And
Yeah,
I was
that's a bit of a cop out.
so mad.
Such an iconic like drag queen thing. Too,
I was
you know?
so mad. I was like, this is not fierce in any way. And Today for You, Tomorrow for Me is kind of a fierce moment,
It's
I feel.
like you have to be so fucking athletic.
You
to
have
do
to.
that
And
Yeah.
a great
song, too.
drummer, too. Like,
Yeah.
someone
Yeah,
who can
oh,
keep
God.
a beat.
That there are
And just like jumping up onto that table, like crazy.
Right.
there are many moments. I think a lot of people who do musical theater think like I can do any part, and I believe that.
Not
Great.
true.
But like there are many moments where when I'm watching these things that I'm like I literally there's no fucking amount of time that would enable me to do that, and that song is one of them. Like
You just
there's
have
no
to be-
amount of time that
Yeah.
would allow me to
Like
do that.
Crazy
song.
athlete.
Yeah, it's insane.
Well, plus the drumming and the
Yeah.
whole thing. I
He's
I would
so
never
talented.
be able to
like,
do
no
it.
wonder he won a Tony for it.
Yeah, he
'Cause,
did.
did.
He did it incredible. He was my favorite. Well, actually, I think Tom Collins was probably my favorite in it. But
Jesse, which, two fun facts, real quick. He plays a detective on Law and Order.
oh,
On
okay.
one of the Law and Order
He's much
series.
better as a musical theater.
Yes.
person, I feel like.
And so in the show, I don't know if Katie, I don't know if you've caught on to it, but Collins always wears a shirt that says Poppy on it. Right. So that's a thing. If you
What
ever
is it?
watch it, it's
Poppy or PAPI?
PAPI.
Okay, like Poppy.
Yeah, like Poppy.
Yeah.
And my mother worked for Poppy and gave
What is
the shirt to Jesse,
Oh shit.
who is the original. If you see the movie, he's the original Collins in
Yeah.
the musical as well. And it's this line, this designer line, kind of geared towards the gay community.
Okay.
They make underwear and stuff like that, but I would wear Poppy shirts all the time, and I never got it. And then I watched Rent. I was like, "Mom,
What's this brand?
what Poppy's in Rent? What the hell?" And she's like, "I know. I was a part of it." And I'm like, "What?"
What's
Like it was
happening?
crazy.
That's
So
great.
yeah, like if you watch
Because Collins is so straight presenting that
Yeah.
I like that, or passing that I like that he's like, no, I'm gay.
yeah, no, super
Yeah.
gay.
Yeah.
And it was funny because when the production that we did, I looked at my director and I was like, so I don't know if you know this, but Collins always wears a Poppy shirt. My mother happens to work for Poppy. Would you like shirts? And the look on his face was just like, yes.
Like,
And then so I
absolutely.
came to rehearsal the next time. I was like, Mom, send me some stuff. So I went into rehearsal and I was like, our Collins name was Marcus. And I was like, Marcus, I have Poppy shirts. And he was like, how did you get that? And I was like, it's really popular. It's not like super like under the stone.
Right.
It's like, it was a thing, but yeah, it's
cool.
it's super cool.
And is it just to represent the gay community? Like,
I
does
honestly
he
don't
wear
know
it?
if that's why it is, but I do know it's very heavy in the gay community.
Huh, that's awesome.
And their underwear isn't bad. I have tried on.
It is a pretty
few
comfortable
pairs.
undies.
I can't deny.
I'm a fan of it. I'm a partial to MeUndies, but maybe I'll
okay.
try Poppy sometime.
I mean, they're fairly comfortable.
Oh, but they're geared towards gay men though.
Yeah, it's it's almost like
thongs.
those. It's that like place in the department store that's like in a corner, and
Yeah,
there's only
yeah.
like 5 boxes of them because it's like so not popular anymore.
It's a cult classic, like this podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
but so I have a lot of notes about today for you. And I think now that you've explained to me sort of that like bohemian culture, because I was like, she just gave him like $100. All she made was like 1,000. But now I get it. Like she's just spending her money because it's like you give it now, so you get it.
Well,
later.
no. I think she gave him more money because this is a rich, like Upper East Side lady.
Yeah.
Oh.
The lady that gave him the money is not in the friend group.
No, yeah, I know that, but yeah.
And she was just like, I'm very rich. This annoying ass dog. I'm gonna pay this like
I
street
love that.
person to kill it.
I love that he killed it by drumming.
But I also
No,
love,
he pushed it off the
Yeah,
ledge.
he, like,
How did he
the
do that?
He threw it out the window or something like that. But it's funny
It
because
says it in the lyrics.
everyone like
What? I missed that.
mimes angel, like every angel I've ever seen, like mimes choking the dog, and I'm always like, oh God, please don't tell me you did that.
No.
But then he says later that he like threw out the window.
See, but
Yeah.
she says like I drummed so fast that the dog would have a heart attack or bark himself to death or something. That's why I thought that's what happened.
Himself,
but-
dude. No,
Sang it today.
that's
for
like
you.
like the cover
Oh.
of like, oh, I didn't murder this dog. It just
He barked
just
himself
barked
to
was
death.
so annoying. It
Oh, I
hurt
like
himself
Angel a
to death.
little less now that she killed it. Well, I guess it was they.
Well,
Let's say
my
they
favorite part
killed-
about the whole killing, and I'm not an advocate of hurting animals in
Okay,
any way, but
good
my
start.
PETA is gonna come after us.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna get
But
sued.
one of my favorite references about the dog killing is in La Vie Boheme.
Yeah.
When Benny's like, Roger's like, "Where's Allison?" And Benny's like, "Muffy."
Morning, yeah.
And he's like, she's like, "Oh, she's sad because her dog just died." And then someone died, and Angel's like, "Who
Akita.
died?" Akita. Oh my God, that's
Evita.
Evita. And
Yeah.
I was just like,
That was
yes,
Yeah, that was really good.
Evita.
And then we get to Mark agreeing to go to Maureen's show because Mark's a
He's
real
gonna
pushover.
finally leave the house.
No,
Well, no, Mark.
Mark,
Oh,
not
Mark,
Roger.
not Roger, not Roger.
But he does. Roger does later leave the house, but he agrees, and that's when we get Tango Maureen, where Roger and Joanne
Yes,
meet for the first time.
I love it more in the movie.
It's
Me too. Me totally too.
by the way, I knew this. The only thing I think I knew about Rent, other than Season of Love, is that it was super sad. So I was like expecting the worst when she dropped him. I was like, oh, he died. Like, did he die? Like, is that what's happening here?
No.
It's really good. And then then we do that weird like.
I love the Tango Maureen, to
Yeah?
be honest.
I don't know.
Only because I love singing it.
Oh well,
Like,
yeah.
It's so much fun to sing, but that's what they did in the movie. They brought that fun aspect and like that thought of who Maureen is.
Yeah.
And it was such a cool like way to execute it, cuz in the musical they just dance back and forth.
Oh,
And
that's
it's just
kinda
like
boring.
a cute little tango, and it's like in a very confined space.
Yeah.
And it's like 1, 2, 3 done.
Yeah.
This like elaborated. Oh, so good. Like this, they elaborated.
Yeah,
like,
that's cool that they
Maureen.
did something more with it, but I still kind of was like, this just seems extraneous. Like, this just seems like extra bullshit. I don't know.
It's just setting up who Maureen is.
Yeah, that's true. She's the worst.
Which,
but-
can I just say, I think it's very interesting that out of everyone in the musical, out of every single person, she has the most dramatic entrance. Because she's not
On the-
introduced
on the motorcycle.
in the movie. You visually see her,
Yeah, but she's not introduced.
but she's not introduced. In the
Right.
musical, you do not see her for at least the first 15 minutes until she
Until
comes
that.
out
On the
and does
motorcycle,
her
yeah, does the-
motorcycle entrance.
Which-
you do not see, which I find very interesting because it almost makes you feel like she's supposed to be this like central hardcore character. I don't really think that she is. I think she's a fun character. I don't think she's like a hardcore like centered person.
They're all pretty equal, but she's not. She's on the fringes.
Yeah, she's like not super crazy important, but like she has this crazy entrance, and I'm like, why did we wait like 15 minutes to see her? And then we have a whole song about her.
Right.
Her name is mentioned like 12 million times, and I'm like,
and
she better be so badass.
She's so
Kind of
important to
sucks. I'm
Mark.
just gonna say she kind of sucks. Like she kind of
She's better than Mark.
man.
Like, no wonder she dumped him. He's like no fun.
He's
Speaking
not.
of-
I bet he was super whiny.
And like Joanne like goes downtown like way more than Mark ever did.
Yeah, well, that's
Like
what I'm
Mark
saying,
does not
right?
eat pussy.
He
Oh,
does
that's
not.
very true. There's
I
no
feel
way.
like sex with Mark is just like, oh, do I have it? Oh,
Is this okay?
Oh, I'm
Is
sorry.
this-
And then he
oh,
comes in like a
yeah.
minute.
Yeah, that's
okay,
not.
I can
good.
I can go again
Okay.
if you want.
I don't want
I don't
that Mark.
want. Speaking of, he very awkwardly then goes to the AIDS meeting, which is like, you don't have to go to the AIDS meeting, man. Like, what the fuck? He just goes to the AIDS meeting and films it. That's creepy.
I think
Yeah.
it's way creepier in the movie than in the musical.
Yeah.
Because in the musical, he does do this thing where he's just like, I'm sorry, I'm just like, Mark, I'm Mark.
Oh, like he joins
Like,
in.
yeah, he like
Yeah,
joins
that's a little
himself
better.
in. It's a little less awkward.
It's not like a weirdo. Like
Yeah, like, oh, I don't
Like,
have
let
AIDS.
me
You
film
can-
your misery.
yeah.
I'm not gross like you guys, but film you fucking lepers.
No, Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. But but to be honest, the group scene is one of my favorite things in the
It's so
musical.
It is
Wonderful.
really,
It's
it is pretty
super
powerful.
raw.
Really beautiful.
And the fact that it's just the same, it's a row row your boat song. It's just, will I lose my dignity? Will someone care? It's just such a simple song.
Yeah.
And to me, it's one of the most heartfelt songs in the whole musical. It's
Yeah,
such
for
a
sure.
touching, like I cry every time
Very
I watch
honest.
it.
Well,
Yeah.
I think I think they say it in life support, but that like, will I wake up from this nightmare?
Yeah.
It's like that's pretty powerful because you can imagine like. It was pretty late at night when I was watching this, but I was like, this would be the exact thing. Like, you have AIDS and you're gonna die, and like you're just like, this is fake, right?
Yeah, and
This
then
is
they ask the
fake.
question like, will someone care?
Right.
Will I wake tomorrow from this nightmare? It's just so pretty.
Yeah, it's a really nice song.
It's beautiful.
And then we go to Out Tonight, which, listen, I don't mean
Very
to be,
fun.
I don't mean to objectify, but
Katie's
Rosario
face.
Dawson.
Super fun.
Yeah.
It's the best song to sing. You just like
Oh, to
when you hear
sing.
it, you're just like, I'm fucking hot.
I'm so sexy. Tearing up
I'm
this
the hottest
place.
bitch in the world. Like
It's a very sexy song.
I can honestly say that was the most aroused I've ever been in a musical. So,
she's so fun. Rosario
She
Dawson
is
is so fun, and her voice is so
She
great.
oh my god, she's so good.
the whole meow.
Ooh,
So good.
so good.
So good.
And the choreography is really good in the movie.
Yes. Not so much in the
The
musical.
musical that Mimi, like, I don't even know how she got freaking cast
Are
in
you
that
talking
show.
about the original?
Yeah.
Dan, you need to understand the original Mimi.
Did you listen to it?
I listened to some of it. She was very annoying. She had a very froggy voice.
She does. She has a
Yeah.
very. It's like she smoked her entire life.
Yeah.
But like she's also like, I don't know. There's something about her that I'm just like, why?
She's
Yeah.
like older or something. I don't know.
She looks a whole lot. Which age is a.
It doesn't matter,
huge
but,
thing in
like,
this
also,
musical,
like-
but I just don't. She just didn't. I
It's
don't
just
get
wrong.
it.
And Rosario Dawson is right.
Right.
Yeah,
She definitely
fits.
like redid the role correctly.
She-
When
no,
I was
she's-
reading it, like, the only reason that the original one wasn't in the movie is because she was pregnant when they were filming. But, like, thank goodness.
Oh really?
Oh wow.
Thank goodness.
Is Rosario Dawson originally a singer, like a musical theater? Or is she just an actress?
It's a good question. I don't think so. But
Okay.
she's such a
I
talented
think
actress.
she's had some experience, but it's not
Right.
like a
That's not her
hardcore-
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. She's
She's
not an
super
Idina
heavy into
Menzel.
organizations and charities, though.
Oh, that's
I know
great.
She's so
that.
wonderful.
She's a very wonderful human.
So then just kind of let's move on a little bit here. Just kind of move a little faster. So I don't quite have so much editing
Yeah.
to do. We get Roger.
Sorry, Dan.
It's okay. I'm used to it. No, this is actually great though. We get Roger and Mimi kind of having another one of their moments. where he doesn't know. I should tell you.
yeah.
I should tell
I think
you.
that I should tell you happens way better in the movie.
Yeah.
It
Totally
pisses
agree.
me off in the musical. And I think it's because it literally, in the musical, I should tell you happens right smack in the middle of La Vie Boheme, which I feel kills the vibe
Yeah, for sure.
on stage visually. But it also happens, and every other character is just sitting at the table watching them.
Oh, that's annoying. Why
It's
wouldn't they just like
so
continue quietly
fucking
partying?
weird,
or
and I'm
something?
like, why do I care?
Yeah, that's dumb.
why. Like, why
dumb.
do I care?
But
in
I
the
also
movie,
just don't like that Mimi, so I'm like, why are you guys like dating? Like,
Yeah,
I don't- she's bad.
Yeah, it's weird. But like in the movie, they step outside.
It's cute.
And they have their own moment, and it's so cute. But in
Yeah.
the musical, I'm just like, oh, I hate this so much. I do.
Yeah, I mean it's even a little cheesy in the movie, but it works. It works. It's a fine little thing, and then they get together.
Tell you, I should tell
Oh no, we're not there yet. But yeah, they
so good.
Then where are we? We are oh yeah. They like yell at each other in the street, and then the next morning they say like Roger goes to her and says about last night. Like
Wait, we skipped so much though.
we did? No, we're not at the La Vie Boheme. We're at
We're-
Well,
we're
that's
still
like
at
in
another
between
day.
La Vie Boheme.
We're about
Okay, you're right.
yeah. We just moved to La Vie Boheme for a minute.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, it's
Okay.
like
Katie's had one too many, guys.
that's right.
To be honest.
Well, we should take a break in a minute here, but I'd like to just get through the first act at least.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Then I mean, like we talked about Will I a little bit, Will I, and then Santa Fe, which is like a weird choice for them to choose.
I think okay, so I think it's weird, and I think it's because I've been watching a lot of other musicals recently. Every musical that takes place in New York
Love Santa Fe.
loves Santa Fe.
Really?
Newsies.
Newsies is a whole song on Santa Fe.
Oh my God, there's a
Why?
whole song about Santa Fe.
Santa
wanna
Fe
move-
sucks.
Get out of the city and just like
Yeah,
see the
just
sunset in
like-
the mountains, and I'm a man.
Yeah, and then Collins with his "Do you know the way to Santa Fe?"
Is that
Tumbleweeds and prairie
Yeah, like
dogs.
Santa Fe is not an interesting city. It's a
I
fucking
don't
desert.
understand why New Yorkers back in the day were
It's
so
just like
obsessed.
a warm,
Yeah, I guess it's the antithesis
slow,
of New York.
quiet place.
Yeah, there's no
Yes.
water, whereas New York does.
But even
have
as a
water,
New
so-
Yorker, like I love the hustle and bustle. Like it's
Right.
just
yeah,
it's life.
it's a weird choice, but that's a fun enough song. And of course, it sets up Roger's weird, stupid move, which we'll talk
Which
about
I like
later.
better also in the movie than the musical.
Really? Well, we should get
Yeah,
into that
way better
later.
in the movie.
And then I'll cover you. That's a
Best
great
song.
song.
God, best
That is a
song.
great song.
Oh, it's so
Oh, it's so good.
beautiful.
And you know what? I think it's good movie or musical because they both have
full of
this-
such joy.
It's just they have this such strong moment. And you know what's funny? They do the same dance moves that they do. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
that whole like pull back.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's wonderful.
It's so
I think
cute.
you mentioned that Collins is a pretty like straight facing. I don't know the term. But
Passing
like,
for
straight.
straight.
Yeah.
Like presents as a straight dude.
And
if
I
you
think the
didn't know.
fact that he's that plus the fact that he's so comfortable being with this transgender person is like really endearing. Like it makes him a really like a character that you really start to care about a lot. Like
Yeah.
you don't give a shit. You just
They're
love
such
this
a
person.
beautiful couple.
and,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah,
Like, I
absolutely.
don't care.
Well,
You're a beautiful soul, and like I love you.
Right.
Yeah,
That's great.
I can't remember what.
But how could you not love Angel though?
I feel like it's
Yeah.
right after Today for You, Tomorrow for Me. There's a moment where Colin says, and it's a sung part, but Colin says, "I like boys," and then Angel
I like
replies
boys,
with,
boys
"Boys
like
like me," and I'm just like, this is just so cute.
They're just so flirty.
They're just so
Cute.
flirty and cute, and I
Yeah,
just,
they-
Angel
are a
buys him a
fun
coat.
couple.
Like it's just like really lovely.
it's
Yeah.
lovely.
I also the only thing about that is she's taking care of him because she made $1,000 or so, maybe more. He's a professor. Like I know he's
Yes.
not making a lot of
he's
money.
a failed
but he's a-
professor.
but he's still got a job, right? Like they say
No,
he.
I think he quit, didn't he?
But I
No,
thought
he
that.
got fired from MIT.
He got fired.
But then he said that like he got a job in New York or something. Maybe
at the
not.
University of New York, I
Something.
think,
But
or-
it's like,
Oh yeah, NYU, New York
like
University.
you
Yeah,
definitely make more than her at least.
Yeah, you're making a salary. That's a great point.
Yeah.
Like, what is he doing with his money?
I know.
Maybe it like all goes to his rent.
Maybe he hasn't
There you
started
go.
yet. I don't
Who
know.
knows? I mean, it's probably not a lot of money if he's like an
I'd like to
assistant
give
professor,
Collins
but-
the benefit of the doubt.
I guess
that
he's
Yeah.
in between jobs because when he announces it, which I'll soon impart to the couch potatoes at New York University, so maybe he hasn't started there yet, and he's
Yeah.
in between
Oh, okay.
jobs.
Maybe.
That's
Or
the only
just-
thing. But I agree, like he's making a salary.
Yeah.
Something.
And she killed a dog
And
once.
it's not like that
Right,
salary's
exactly.
changed from the 90s to now.
Yeah.
It's not like that was a huge difference.
Right. So. And then, oh my God, I don't
We're okay
think
is so annoying.
there is what?
We're okay. Yes, I'm so glad that was
I'm so
not
glad they
in-
cut it from the movie.
Oh, I was
gonna
That's
say, I
on
don't know what that
Joanne's.
is.
It's
This
like
is-
Joanne's song.
It's so
She gets the solo in Seasons of Love. That's enough.
Well, that's the thing. Not
technically
in the musical.
Broadway show.
Oh.
It's
In the
a different
musical,
person in
it's
the
just
musical.
this often large black woman who can hit that high note.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
And me.
I did
Who is
the
large and black and light in like real life.
In spirit.
in spirit. I had
She's
the
really black.
I got to
can't
have,
say it. You can say it. You're not wrong.
I can say
I can't
it.
say it. You can say
I
it.
just threw her an honorary card.
There you go.
Which I appreciate.
And
And then Christmas
then
bells. Oh no, the Christmas bells.
I don't. That wasn't in the
It was
movie
just
either.
Well, that happens.
Christmas
So
bells are ringing. It's so annoying.
Oh, that does happen a
Christmas
little
bells
bit.
are ringing somewhere else, not here.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
So dumb.
Du-du-du-du.
Don't like it. But then we move to what is my second least favorite
Piece de
moment in a
resistance.
musical ever.
Over the moon.
The first one, of course, being the puppets and Sound of Music. is my least favorite ever. This Over the Moon thing, I was like, this is a fucking
Yeah,
disaster.
they're annoying whiny brats. Like
Oh my
it's not.
God. Maureen is the worst. I hate her.
I feel like Maureen secretly has so much money and comes
Yeah.
from so much money.
Probably.
And she's choosing.
She's just the whitest bitch.
Yeah.
She's basic as
God.
fuck. But she's like choosing this
Oh, yeah,
lifestyle that they're
100%.
living.
Yeah.
But also,
'Cause
so
she's
is
wearing,
Joanne,
like, leather
sort of.
pants
but-
and has a motorcycle. Like
Yeah, and that
She
whole
has
thing,
money.
Yeah.
that whole set cost money. Like she had to record herself on
so
all
many
those-
TVs.
Yes, like that was.
Leap of
She's the
faith.
worst.
Unless Joanne is like bankrolling everything.
Well, she's a
Because she's
lawyer.
a lawyer.
That yeah.
That
She's
might
the
be the
only one that
case.
they have said has like a stable job.
Yeah.
Well, she's filthy rich too, apparently from that wedding scene. But
Well,
Yeah.
not only the wedding scene, so in the musical, they also do a voicemail from her parents.
okay.
And her parents
Yeah.
are just
They're
like,
just, like, really snooty.
like super
Oh,
snooty,
yeah.
and I think they're
I could see
both
that.
lawyers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say
that makes
it's
sense.
pretty interesting.
And they're like, and wear a dress.
The one thing
dear."
about Over the Moon is I think that I'd like to see Jenny Slate do that scene in it, like a redux of
She'd
it.
be a queen as Maureen. Oh my god! If they
just
do a
improv
revival,
it.
Jenny Slate needs to be Maureen.
That'd be
Jenny
great.
Slate, if you are listening to this by chance,
We'll
Please.
tweet it at her when
I
we
did-
post it.
I did run into her when I was living in LA one time.
Did you
I
talk to her?
passed by her in the Silver Lake Reservoir where she walks.
So wait, like, how did you walk? But how did you pass by her? though?
Literally, it was just like there's a reservoir. There's like a path around it to like for walking and jogging.
She got back together with
I know
Chris
you said
Evans,
that.
and that's the best news I've ever heard. They're the cutest couple.
Yeah.
But
She's
yeah,
dating Captain America.
she is. She's
I mean, you
awesome.
can't really get better than dating
He's
Captain
so
America.
hot and
He's
woke.
So
So fine.
it's just so good to look
And
at.
now moving back to Over the
Anyway,
Moon.
a song we love. La Vie Boheme.
Well, no, but then we
Oh,
get
you're
the
not
whole
done with-
fight. Well, I just thought like that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
significant. Like the whole
It's
the
just so
police
annoying.
break
Like,
in.
it doesn't matter.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the thing. They don't, and this is what annoys me. They do not specify. Well, they specify it, but it's so lame. The whole police breaking up her protest, because she does her protest, she finishes her protest, and then the lights go out,
Yeah.
and then we're in the cafe.
Yeah, that was really weird. Like, yeah, we're all good.
And I'm just
Everything's
like,
fine.
no, where's like. And everyone just keeps saying like Mark filmed the riot, and I'm like, what riot?
Right, and then
Nothing
also, how did he
happened.
sell his film that quickly? How did he sell his footage in like a minute?
To the news.
I know, but in
The
like
news.
the news. But now, okay, but
The
that brings us to the
liquid
cafe
years.
where I love that little bit where he was like, no, that's not true. I had a tea last time. You couldn't pay for it. Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I've been to the Life Cafe. It's,
Oh, it's a real thing?
yeah, it's a real thing.
Oh, that's cool.
It's in Alphabet City in New York.
Oh.
It's pretty cool.
It closed in 2013.
They did. They
Oh,
closed in
that's sad.
2013. It's pretty sad. But they did perform La Vie Boheme on select evenings.
Oh, that's
school.
cool.
Cute.
And everyone was always like, La Vie Boheme.
Yeah, because I feel like you're only
Everyone
going.
knows all the words.
Because everybody
You're
knows
only
that
going
song.
to Life Cafe because of Rent. So
Yeah,
you definitely know the
I
words
was
of that
I'm
song.
very happy to say that I've eaten there. They had pretty good food.
Oh, that's cool. It
Yeah.
seemed like a cool place.
It was a pretty cool show place.
I love Mark's shirt in this scene. Do you remember it? It does not fit him at all. It's way too
Wait, the
small.
like
for it.
burgundy and gray one.
Yes, it looks so stupid.
It's so lame. Like
Mark is the
Mark,
worst.
he's dumb.
But that is a super, super fun song. Like, I didn't even write it.
Oh, it's amazing.
Or write anything about. I didn't write the song. No, I didn't write anything about it because
Yes,
like
you
this. I did. I wrote the song. It's such like a great like revolution hymn against the alt right nowadays too. Where it's like, yeah, fucking be yourself and do whatever the fuck you want. Like I love it.
Yeah, well, that's why I love all the little interludes, like Joanne and Maureen being like, "Hey, Mister, she's my sister."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And like they're
We're
just like making out,
brothers.
we're brothers,
Yeah.
and then like
Like I'm gonna
you
make
know,
you uncomfortable
to
because you're an
faggots,
ass.
lesbies, dykes, cross dressers, to me.
Yeah, that's great. I think that people should.
like
I think they
such
should
a
start singing
anthem.
that song at all protests.
It just makes you
now.
feel
Well,
empowered.
yeah, it makes you feel empowered, especially because the ending is just them chanting "Viva la vie bohème."
There is something a little bittersweet about it, where they're like this whole idea of Bohemia is kind of bullshit, which is sort of true. But I don't think that's what the song's about, so it's okay. But
But I mean, that's the thing. It's like it's bullshit for like the culture we live in. But like, why do we need money, and why do we
Right.
need to like pay into this capitalist society,
Right.
man? And like
maybe that worked at
So
some
good
point.
at that voice.
Maybe,
Please do it more.
it's my Mark impression.
I love it.
So yeah, and then we
Lovey
talked
Bone's
about.
the
I should tell you a little bit. They
I should
have their
tell you,
little
it's a
moment.
beautiful romantic mo.
Yeah.
It really is, but it only touches my heart in the movie.
Yeah, I agree.
The musical, it just feels so
Yeah.
fucking stupid.
For most of
Yeah,
the musical, I'm like,
believe
I'm
it.
bored.
So you really love the music.
I
it's
hated
just
it.
it's so out of place in the musical. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. But it's so then we cut
Oh.
back to Lovey Bill and B. Go ahead.
Also, when Mark is like, and Roger's gonna attempt to write a bittersweet evocative song, that melody is like directly from the opera.
Oh, that's cool. That's a fun little.
Yeah.
And
That
Mark
doesn't remind me of his
Mark
musical.
makes fun of him for a minute, which is super cool.
Yeah.
He's like, how about one that doesn't sound exactly like
Yeah.
the concerto
Yeah.
or something?
Wait, so my favorite part of the movie during La Vie Bohème is when the slow-mo happens and you just hear the
and everyone's coupled up, and
Everybody
Mark's just like,
just like rocking out
Yes, he's not by himself.
himself.
I wrote that down. I was like, yeah, that's perfect.
literally
he doesn't even notice
favorite
he's by
moment.
himself though. He's
No,
just like,
so,
we're all
Anthony Ramos
jamming,
is
right?
just like,
What?
yeah, La Vie Bohème, bitches.
I agree with this.
we're all having
and then at
fun,
the end,
right?
they have Roger hug him at the end. Like it's like, oh, they wanted him to have.
We're bros. We're
It
bros.
was stupid.
We're bros.
So in the musical version, the Broadway version, they do. This is the only time they do this song.
Yeah,
then?
it just opens up Act 2.
Yes.
It goes with nothing. It just happens, and then we move on with the story.
That's dumb.
Like as you're sitting down from intermission, the actors are gonna be like, you hear that bum 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 bum, and all the actors start walking out on stage to form the
Oh, yeah,
the
see,
classic line.
That feels like it's just pandering. You know, it's just like you want to hear this on audience, so here you go.
Yeah,
I had a teacher in high school that was like living in New York and like working on Broadway at the time, and was like, whenever we could, we would like sneak into the theater just to hear them sing Seasons of Love. We would like sneak back out, like not like pay tickets, and we'd like watch it backstage. Our like friends in the
That's
show
pretty
would like
cool.
sneak us in.
Actually,
And
that's
stuff.
that's super. That's super.
But like
rent.
Seasons of Love was such a phenomenon. Yeah, exactly.
All right, but then we go. This song is super fun. This is actually Liv's favorite song, I should say. But take me, baby, leave me.
every
So
female I feel loves this song.
just quickly, like in the musical, there's like all these New Year's bullshit. They're breaking into their house. They were locked
Yeah.
out. There's a line that always gets stuck in my head. What does one wear that's apropos for a party? That's
Oh my
also
God,
a
yeah.
crime. Drinks anyone? Anyway, and so then we
Yep.
get to Take Me or Leave Me. It's at their wedding.
Yeah. Okay.
I just have to skim over it.
yeah. I don't even. But it wasn't in the show, right?
Not in the movie.
And not in the movie, it's in the show.
None
That's
of
why
that
I was like,
happened
I don't know
here.
what's happening.
But I liked the premise of Take Me or Leave Me more in the movie because I feel like it gave it more of a purpose.
Oh, why does it feel like
Yeah.
It just feels
out
like
of
in the
context?
musical they pan out to like 3 tables. There are 3 tables set on stage. 2 are in the dark, and then 1 is focused on Joanne and Maureen.
Oh, so it's just...
And it's almost like a rehearsal.
Oh, yeah.
And in the movie, it's the whole wedding,
and they're doing it.
rehearsal,
It's like
and
their
they're doing
relationship is
seeing
falling
that
apart.
wedding,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I love
cool.
the whole concept of the wedding situation.
It was cool to see, like, this was Maureen's transcendence or, like, ascendance into the bourgeois, like, into the rich world. And she kind of fought back against it, even subconsciously or actively, which was kind of a cool thing to see. It sounds like you missed that in the Broadway show because it's just a table. It's not like a rich wedding.
Yeah, you don't see
Yeah.
the richness of
Right.
it.
No, you
Right.
don't
Yeah.
at all. And I think my favorite line in the whole song is just like, "There will always be women in rubber flirting with me."
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Got it.
That's
This
like
was the-
every gay guy I know's like Instagram bio.
This was the only scene where I was like, okay, I'm a little bit more on Maureen's side. A little bit, but I still hated her the whole
Yeah.
time. So.
She's a very selfish lady.
Yes, incredibly.
Super selfish.
Um,
I mean, her whole verse in the song is just me, 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 me.
Yeah,
And
I'm hot.
like, I'm hot and you have to be
You're
okay
lucky
with
to have
it.
me. Bye.
Yeah.
yeah, right. So that relationship breaks apart, and then everyone take a deep breath
I'm gone.
because Without You is next, and
Yeah.
we see the sad death of Angel.
Oh,
I
God.
got choked up. This is the second musical
Yeah.
in a row that I got choked up for.
It's very sad.
It's very sad,
Super
but it's
sad.
funny because in the movie, that is the death of Angel. However, in the musical, it's Contact.
It's after the sex song.
It's after the sex song. The sex song
They're all
is literally
dancing in, like
they're all under this sheet
white sheets,
and
then
they're
Angel
moving
is,
the
like,
sheets.
carried off in a
And
white
Angel
sheet.
stands up and just starts singing, "Take me, take me, take me."
What?
Ah, and he hits this like really cool high note.
Oh.
And
And then
then
How do you guys feel about that? Like, I thought it was pretty well done in the movie. But...
I thought
think
it
it's pretty
was
well
well
done
done
in
in
the
the
movie.
movie because they set the whole hospital scene and that they
Yeah.
actually
showing
take
like what
care of
actually
him.
what it looks like.
Right,
when
and
Yeah,
like
what it looks
that's why it
like.
was very felt very authentic, and like Tom was kind of like holding him at the end, which was like
Yeah.
devastating.
I still think it reaches
Devastating.
that point to me in the musical too because this is what I love about this musical. In order to like really connect with it, you have to watch the background stuff that's going on. You
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
watch who's just singing and who's
Sure.
just like being on the spotlight. Because during Without You, the musical, Collins and Angel are having this dramatic connection of his
okay.
death.
yeah,
So it's not like it's being ignored.
Yeah.
It's just you have to ignore Mimi singing, ignore Roger singing, and focus on them.
and watch that.
And
yeah.
because they have this amazing embrace, Collins like carries him, and
Mm.
he's wearing his like white pajamas and stuff like that. But that's where I feel Contact like interrupts that.
yeah, that would feel
Like
a little...
as far as the musical goes.
Are you
'Cause
crying
then
right
there's,
now?
Like
Yes.
all of this sex.
Katie's
Oh,
crying
Katie,
right
It's
now.
very sad.
Oh, it is. Look at you, baby. Oh,
I don't mean to laugh, but Kate, Megan and I are over here having like a legit conversation. And Katie's over there just slowly crying.
It is. It's very sad.
It is a
though.
sad moment.
It is, and
Yeah.
Without You is very. It's a very touching song, and I feel like it can relate to
The
anyone who's
lyrics.
watching it.
Yeah,
I think
for
are really
sure.
beautiful in that song.
Yeah, it's not about like. To be honest, I feel like "I'll Cover You" is a love song between 2 gay men, and I feel like that's a song for 2 gay men. I feel like Without You can be for anyone,
Sure.
whether it's a
Yeah.
straight couple, lesbian couple, a gay couple, like whatever.
Yeah, it's just
And it's just a song about living without the person
For
that
sure.
you love.
yeah.
"I'll Cover You" to me is about like it's 2 gay guys. That's
Yeah.
just how it is.
I think there are ways it could be anything, but yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I
that's
think
more
it fits
overtly gay,
best.
like 2 gay guys, and then the Without You is very generalized, like
It's
very,
very
universal.
general.
Yeah,
And,
it's a pretty devastating song.
But what I love about the movie with this song is it also shows Mimi
Yeah. Getting back
struggling
into-
and getting
Yes.
back into drugs.
Although the one thing in that,
Dead.
the drug dealer in the movie is the worst drug dealer ever. They go to
Wait
a
till you see the
park.
musical.
Oh god. They go to a park in the middle of the day. The drug dealer is looking around like insane amounts. Like, no, definitely not drugs. This is super not drugs.
Simpler times.
Simpler times are known as paying attention.
Oh my god!
In the musical, literally they have this little scene where it's like, they call him daddy, don't they?
Yeah.
They're like, daddy, can I get a fix? And like
Yeah.
they like follow him and they're just like all smacking their arms.
There's like a line of people following the drug dealer around.
following, and the drug dealer.
I don't want that.
Yeah, it's
And then at
weird.
some point he's like, yeah, it's gonna be a happy Christmas. Like all creepy to
Eee, my
Mimi.
skin's crawling.
He's so creepy in the musical.
Happy New Year.
Yes.
Like, does this creepy laugh?
Yes.
That, like, they put echo on the mic.
Yes.
Oh, yuck. And then we take it to the funeral and the burial, which is
A career reprise.
Oh my god, I cannot.
Wrecks me.
Listen, every time.
Let's not talk about it because we don't need Katie crying again. No, I'm just kidding.
Weep. How can you not weep?
Weep. I don't care. You
When
don't
Joanne
have-
goes in with
I know.
so
You
with
do-
a
oh
thousand
my
sweet kisses. It's like, no, I'm done. I'm dying. I'm
So,
weeping.
but I will say that the only thing that I liked more in the song, in the musical versus the movie, is that in the musical it's a 3-part harmony. If you're a super musical freak, like in the musical, it's a 3-part harmony. There's like the belter, then there's like the guy, and then there's like this really high soprano. In the movie, it's just Joanne. Either way, it's super effective, but it's just that whole scene where he's just gripping his coat. Is
it's
just
such beautiful acting. When he starts singing that song,
I don't remember.
in my house,
Oh, yeah.
I'll be
Really good.
But then I love when he goes, just pay me back with one
Yeah.
1,000 kisses.
You guys are really, you guys are killing it. I also, keep going. But I also love the line. This is impossible. This is like trying to listen to yourself echo.
I'm sorry.
No.
It's such a beautiful moment.
So beautiful.
I love that line. I've heard this line before, but I wonder if it originated with Rent, where it's, I'm more of a man than you'll ever be, and I'm more of a woman than you'll ever get.
I'm
That's
sure.
such a great line.
Yeah, because when they're all giving the testimonials of
Yeah.
like, she made a dress out of a shower curtain and whatever.
Mark's story,
like,
I don't remember exactly what it was, but I remember thinking,
It was
that's
about
not a good
tourists.
story.
It was about the fact that he ran into
Tourists.
tourists
Yeah,
in
and
the
then he
street.
helped him. It was like, okay, good
Fucking
story, Mark.
Lame.
No wonder you're like not making any money with your movies because you can't
Or
tell
like
Can't
having
tell a
any
fucking
kind of
story.
love connection. You fucking like spastic guy.
All right, then we see the last relationship break apart, the relationship with Mark and Roger, because they
Well,
move away
yeah.
with what you own.
That was pretty. I feel like I felt more for their breakup than Roger and Mimi's breakup.
Yeah.
Think so?
I think so.
Well, because Halloween happens before this in the musical, and then in the movie
True.
they just talk it.
Yeah.
But when they're fighting in the graveyard, that's like all song anyway.
Yeah.
And then like Benny's there, and
Yeah.
Mimi's fucking Benny. And,
That's like a weird,
like,
yeah.
It's like a weird turn, and they're all breaking up, and
I hate that Mimi went back
Well,
to
that's
bed.
why-
Like that doesn't make any sense to me.
yeah. Well, that's
Also,
why
did
I
with
love
money for drugs.
But
That's
also,
true.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but isn't Benny married?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's doing her on the
Cheating on-
side.
cheating
His
on his
wife,
wife.
yeah.
Oh, man.
Which they established, which is why he has such a change in the musical, because like they established that his, what's her name, Allison Muffy, whatever, she like dumps Benny
Oh, okay.
and like lets him go, and then he like
Gotcha.
comes
So
back
they're not
to his
divorced,
roots.
but
Yeah,
okay.
it's like
That's a little
super.
better.
It's like super like out of the blue, but it makes sense.
Yeah. It paints him more of as a villain in the movie then, because like,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
don't know that.
The thing is, I think in the movie, isn't it in the movie after the funeral, you do not see him, right? Am I crazy?
No, you do, because in Goodbye Love, he's like there with Mark, and they're like, we need to send her to a center, and like we need to get her help.
they do that in
and
the
Benny's like,
movie?
I'll pay. Yeah, they're like in the hallway, and then Roger comes and like sees Benny there, and he's like,
Oh, got
oh,
it.
fuck you.
That's right.
I loved you once. And then she like belts out Goodbye Love as he walks away.
Yeah.
Wait, that's in the movie? I didn't. Or in the
Maybe
oh,
it's in an extent,
I
like
think-
director's cut or something.
Yeah,
but I'm
maybe.
sure
I
I've seen
can't. I
it.
just can't remember it.
Maybe.
It has been 2 days since I've seen it.
But that's why I love Colin's like interlude in the song is because he's just like, I can't believe he's gone. I can't believe you're going.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Can't believe
Yeah.
this family must die.
Yeah.
And that's the first time that I feel like they really like call themselves a family.
Yeah, for sure.
Like hardcore. Like this is a family.
It's nice too because
and it's dysfunctional, but
Right.
it's theirs.
what's nice about that line too, you think like Mark is shitty because he left his family, but like, you know, that's this is a family that he chose as opposed to a
Family's not
family that he
always
has
blood.
to. Right, exactly. So it's kind of a nice like, oh, this is his. He feels like this is his family
Yeah.
because he chose these people as opposed to the people who were forced upon him.
Word.
So makes him maybe a little less terrible. But then we're in What You Own.
And then we're in the seminal classic, What You Own.
What You Own.
Every musical theater boy's wet dream in high school.
Oh my!
I don't. I still don't. I
Just
could
sing
like
What
still
You
can't
Own.
think of what
every
it is. Like,
bromance's Take Me or Leave Me.
Yeah.
It's just
Oh,
like
yeah, I like
how
that
they
comparison.
just
Like, I'm an angsty
living
teen.
Yeah.
in
And America sucks.
yeah. So I own that emotion.
That was such a
Come meet, come bed.
like the song.
I
Was,
don't own emotion.
That's-
I read.
What was it
Okay.
What
about?
was it about?
that song was super fun, but
Oh boy.
but
You
that
can't have me and Katie talk
yeah,
about
you're right.
musicals.
That's fair.
Especially Rent.
I felt like that, like it was a really shitty scene because he like in 1 minute he moved to Santa Fe and then he moved back.
He's like, you know what? I drove here. I don't like it.
Turns
I'm gonna
out-
drive back.
yeah, I'm done.
So right on the stage version, it's even more awkward. They don't establish that that Roger has already left.
They're just standing on different points of the
there
stage.
is a table dividing them, and they run opposite back and
They're just
forth.
like running a lot.
from
It's so
the
dumb.
table. It is so.
Like Peter Pan.
It
It's
is
a lot of
so
like
strange.
Broadway choreography. Like we're acting, man.
Like
This is real.
yeah,
acting.
it's so true. And like Mark will run to the back corner, then Roger runs to the front corner, and then they like switch off. And then at the part where they sing together, they're both at the front.
They
But
hug at the end.
but they do not talk to each other, like acknowledge each other.
I feel
It's
like
just so weird.
They should just like put a sign up that says like they're in different cities,
like.
just so you know.
In no way do they establish that Roger has already left for Santa Fe.
Oh boy, this is a sloppy musical.
It's
Can we
sloppy.
agree with that? All right.
No, it's sloppy.
Well,
The movie fixes a lot of things.
It really does. And you know what's funny? I'm pretty sure I heard somewhere or read somewhere, and cannot remember, that Larson, if he was still around, would have wanted to go back and revise some things about the musical.
I'm sure.
And I'm sure that's true. So it just
Yeah.
leaves to thought, like, what would have happened if he didn't,
Right?
you know,
If he didn't
pass
die, yeah.
and die?
Yeah.
I think it's just like, would this musical, would it have been the same?
Right.
Would it have like affected the world the way that it has? Like, it's just so interesting for those things.
Yeah, you never really know. I mean, it'd be interesting if had he changed it,
Butterfly.
like had
effect,
he
yeah.
fixed it. I wonder if maybe it would have been more sterile and maybe less effective. Who knows?
Yeah.
But then yeah, we get we get finale A.
Roger, anybody help?
Yeah. And then she goes, "Hurry up, please!" And then Roger kind of like pauses for a second, and he's like, "Mimi," and like she said, "Hurry up!" What are you just like?
Right. So in the musical, he just screams, "No!" It's just like this
He
dramatic.
just like belts out this high note.
I want this to happen.
It's just so weird. I'm just like, what are you doing? She's
Roger
dying.
literally
Run to
was
her.
an
Seriously.
emo motherfucker.
Like with his black nail polish manicure that he got 2 days ago.
Go carry her up the fucking stairs.
Seriously, I had to do
Dan
my
says
emo
with
day.
his emo
His
I
fresh
had to.
gel manicure. Please.
Yeah.
And then
His gel manicure. Like it's gel manicure.
there's perhaps
He
never
invests in gel.
there's perhaps never been a better moment in musical theater history than the most like iconic song for a character that he spent all year writing is just garbage.
It's so
It's
shitty.
so
Garbage.
funny.
I hate.
Your eyes.
I will.
As we said
I will
our
openly say I
goodbyes.
absolutely
It's
hate
such
the
a
end
bad
of this musical.
song.
I hate the whole entire end of this
It is
musical.
the
It's
ending
the
sucks.
worst. Like, how is it that this song, this shitty song that took him all year to write,
Seriously.
revives Mimi?
Yeah.
Why is that a thing?
Run to that singing boy. Like,
Yeah, she's like, I saw Angel.
Oh my
and
God.
I swore she said, turn around,
And she looked
girlfriend."
good.
Yeah, she looked good. Turn around, girlfriend. Listen to that boy's song. I'm
So
like, he
bad.
already sang it. She heard it before she died.
So what if, I mean, like, we're talking about Seasons of Love doesn't really fully fit anywhere in the show. What if he had written Seasons of Love? Like, what if he started singing? What if that was the first time you hear Seasons of Love? I feel like that would have been pretty cool.
No, I don't know.
I just feel like,
Nah.
don't get me wrong, I love the whole medley at the end of like No Day But Today and the
Yeah.
whole like I can control, that whole thing. I loved it. I loved performing it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because when you do it on stage, it's a chance for every actor to just sit there and watch the footage that you're doing, and then everyone kind of comes together. The video is such a great touch. I love that moment.
Oh, because, like, you yeah, I guess that makes sense.
They play, there's like a
you
big
play
projector.
real
They
footage
do.
of you.
Like
Yeah.
so for our version, I don't know if Katie did the same, but like we had a guy who just filmed our rehearsals for the musical, and then we each did like a
That's cool.
close up of
That's fun.
us, and with the same background.
Yeah, that's emotional.
And
I
then
can,
like
it
it showed like our journey of the
Yeah.
musical per se, but it's like a great touch, and it's
Yeah.
that part of the ending I love. I just hate that Mimi comes back to life.
Oh my God, she's just sleeping. Her fever's
hate
breaking.
me all you want
Like,
for it,
oh
but
my
I
God.
really, really do not.
It's a garbage
I think
ending.
it would have been
It's a garbage ending.
so much better if she died.
I mean, I like a happy ending, so I'm into it. But I
But it's not
understand,
really
like,
even a
artistically,
happy
like, it
ending.
doesn't make sense. She's gonna die very soon.
Yeah.
Yes,
doesn't have
exactly.
long to live.
She might be alive for like another couple of weeks.
Yeah. Which is why I don't get why she got so upset when she overheard Roger be like, I want like a relationship that has no time limit on it.
Sure, but he has AIDS too. Like,
Right, he has
Yeah,
AIDS too. So I'm just like, why is this such an issue right now?
Yeah.
Like you're both of your clocks are ticking.
Right.
Just love you, but
I really-
baby.
Yeah.
Love while you can.
I'll be web today for you, tomorrow for me.
You know those like
No
in
day
the
but today.
No day but freaking today.
in the 80s movies when they do like after the credits, it's like, and then this character went on to do this. I wish they would have done this with this, but it was like Mimi died, Roger died, Tom
So insensitive.
Mark is
died.
the only one who lives, and he's lame.
Mark murdered Maureen and Joanne and then killed himself.
That's on brand. That's on brand for him.
But I think so. Yeah, cheesy ending, but like I judge
But
every.
you want a happy ending.
Yeah.
And then Angel comes out on stage at the end.
Yeah, so
Oh,
that's
that's
one
fun.
thing
On the
that
Broadway
they don't.
show.
They do it sort of in the movie.
Okay.
When they show Mark's film,
Yeah.
and one of the very last things that you see in his film is Angel.
Which
and
you do that in the movie. Yeah,
which,
yeah,
you get
yeah.
that in the movie. It's so much more powerful, in my opinion, in the musical because everybody gathers on stage and they're singing No Day But Today.
Mm-hmm.
And then towards before the very last No Day But Today, Angel runs out and like joins
Sings
the
with
rest of
them.
their cast and sings with them.
That's nice.
And it's a very beautiful touch. It's
Yeah.
a very beautiful moment.
I think now thinking about it, if you're watching this live and if you're invested, you've already cried 3 or 4 times, and then you see this ending, you're probably like, this is perfect. This is what I
you're
wanted
like,
to
I need
happen.
someone to. I need her to be alive.
Yeah, like I need her to
be
live.
happy.
Yeah. But I think
Angel already
dissecting it,
died.
but then dissecting it later, it's like, this is terrible. But I judge all movies by like how I feel afterwards for like several hours, even days after. And honestly, I felt pretty good after. Like it felt like I was like, this is a good.
Yeah.
This makes me feel
I mean,
good.
because it's one of those musicals where you laugh, you cry, you're mad, you're sad,
Right.
you're happy. You go through every emotion during this musical, which I feel doesn't happen in a lot of musicals nowadays.
Sure.
Like nowadays, I feel like it's so structured to be like bad guy, good guy, sad moment, happy moment, done.
We're out.
Right.
Like we're
Right.
done. In this musical, you go through it at so different times
Just
Yeah.
life,
that
you
it's
know?
just like cool. I get it,
Right.
and it's very much related to life, and it's a good. That's why it's so classic,
Yeah.
and it'll always be what it is for people.
Yeah. It's also like I think the first time that a lot of people saw themselves represented on stage.
Yeah.
And so having like a happy ending is important.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
yeah,
it's not even
times.
about like the sexuality, because I think a lot of people focus on the sexuality of the show. Like, this is a gay couple, this is a lesbian couple, this is a couple who they both have AIDS. And I'm like,
Right.
no, but it's more than that, because you have like the powerful women like Joanne, and you have like the broken woman of Mimi, and you have this strong guy Collins who like loses love of his life but manages to find his happiness, and like it's just so many different levels that I think it's
Yeah,
just
it's
always relevant.
Very
Yeah.
human, very
Yeah.
relatable. And another
Absolutely.
100 years, there'll be a different version with
I'm excited.
whatever kind of music is
Yeah.
popular then.
That's true. I would love to
Watch
see.
it be
I would actually
The
love to
new
see this.
Lin-Manuel like rap version.
Oh my god, that would be so good. I would love to see this with some like updated music, because I think they definitely did some music of the time, and it was a little bit like, oh, this is
Like-
cheesy. So
This is cheesy as
But-
fuck.
They're gonna do a Hamilton versus like Rent mashup.
I mean, Lynn like talks all the time about how like Rent was so influential
Yeah.
in all of his
Oh,
work.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was texting for a minute there. Liv's fighting with her dad, so I wanted to make sure she wasn't
Oh, I'm
crying.
sorry.
She's good.
Oh,
She's good.
I'm glad
Thank God.
she's
So I didn't mean to be
Thank
rude,
God.
but I was like, fuck. We're good. But I would love to see Lynn redo this and like maybe update the songs.
That'd be
and
tight.
That'd be really cool. So.
That'd be great.
That'd be
So do it.
interesting.
Lynn, I know you listen to podcasts. You're my brother and me fan, so listen to our podcast and do what we say.
Lynn.
Listen.
Lynn
Lynn Boo Boo.
Boo Boo.
Listen.
Linny Boo Boo.
Listen. We need you to redo Rent
Please.
with your rap style.
But no, I think it was. I'm glad I watched it. I feel good that there have
It's
been many
something that you
musicals
have to
that
see.
yeah, absolutely. There have been many musicals where I was like, I don't feel better off for having watched this. Evita being one of them.
Evita is a nightmare.
Yes.
And I agree.
Evita? Oh.
Yeah, we did that.
So
It was a good episode, actually.
let me tell you. So, sidetracks. Katie and I have attended this bar very often. I don't know if you have, Dan. Every Monday at Sidetracks, it's Musical
No,
Mondays.
I don't know that one.
It's a beautiful gay bar.
Oh,
Lots of wonderful people. And every Monday, it's Musical Monday, so they play all the musicals. Evita is one that they
would be
do.
fun to
They
watch.
pay like
Oh,
they
it's
play
wonderful.
like music videos of the song
Of
and the
the
whole
song,
bar sings
and the
along.
whole, like,
Oh,
it's not like
man.
one person's. Everybody is
Yeah.
collectively
Some
singing.
of I feel like that would be a roller coaster for me. Some of it would be like, this is super fun. Some of it would be like, I need to leave.
You have to
Yeah.
know all the songs.
No.
You have to know all the
it's,
songs.
it's an experience, one that I highly suggest anyone go through. But during Evita, they do this like fun like back and forth,
making fun
like
of
making
Madonna.
fun of
Yeah.
Madonna.
Oh, okay.
And it's just like, are there even any Hispanics in this movie? And then Antonio Banderas walks by and they're like, there's
the
one.
one.
And then it's
Where in
just
the world
like
is
but
Tony
it's so
Bando?
true. They chose all these like
Yeah, oh yeah, big
white
time.
people
Yeah,
for
for
Evita.
sure.
And I'm
That-
like, we're in Argentina, bitches. Like,
Right,
why,
exactly.
why is everyone white?
I think we did a disservice to Rent, actually, speaking of, because it is a very diverse cast. I think they did a good
It
job
is.
with like, I mean, I think it's just so obvious that's why we didn't talk about it, right? Like, there's a transgender woman. Well, I guess she's not transgender.
Yeah, well,
she's,
no, it's transgender or drag, whatever
Yeah.
you want to call it. And then there's Mimi, who's the Hispanic,
Right.
typically. Joanne's typically black.
Yeah.
Which, in my musical, she was white. I was very upset about it, but whatever, it happened.
Yeah.
You know, and then, like,
And what I think is nice is, too, that, like, I think Hollywood especially typically pits those races conversely, where like the black woman would be like the edgy, poor,
Yeah.
artist, whereas the white woman would be the rich lawyer or whatever.
Which
So it's
I
kind of
kind
nice to flip that.
yeah, and I kind of respected, though, that about the movie is they kind of kept true to that original casting, that Mimi is this Hispanic woman.
Yeah.
Joanne is this powerhouse black woman. Maureen is this snooty white girl.
Yeah.
Mark is this whiny white guy. Mark is this like depressing, shitty white guy. And
Yeah.
Collins is this really free-loving black guy. You know, I think that I loved that a lot about the movie.
For sure. I think the only character that maybe, because I think we see a lot of shows where it can be switched up, and Katie mentions that a lot. But like where it could be a man playing
Yeah.
that, it could be
Like Spelling Bee could be like
Yeah.
any person playing
Right.
any of the roles.
I actually,
Absolutely.
I
Like
think
Rent
this
is, you have to.
The only one,
Right.
arguably, I would say is Roger. Like Roger could be a woman. I think it could be any race. I think you could switch up Roger,
Yeah.
arguably.
Yeah.
but-
I can see that.
I think they probably still want to keep a straight couple in, but I think
yeah. Well, they have Maureen,
but he
but
doesn't
for
have to
Maureen
be
and
white
Mark, right?
at all.
Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
if there's some black guy who can hit those rocking
Jimi
notes
Hendrix
or,
guy,
like,
hell
Yeah. I guess
Yeah.
that's the only reason is because he's like a rocker, and like grunge rock was only white.
It's like,
Like,
yeah, British, yeah.
yeah. So, but
That's
anyway,
pretty great.
so should we
love
move to the
Rent.
bits?
We love Rent. We love Bits.
Bits. So you may not have prepared any of this,
I
but
told you.
okay, good.
What?
Bits.
The bits. This is my favorite part.
The pop song and the hashtag and how you'd rate it.
But you can do it on the
Oh, yeah,
fly.
yeah.
Oh, you got it? All
I
right,
don't
cool.
know a song, but
That's
I
all right.
tried thinking really hard
I
about
tried.
it. but I
So
don't
the guest
know.
gets to pick. So there's hashtag that. There's once you pop the show, two don't stop. There's who do you relate to, and then we end it with scoring. So of those three, what do you want to do? Hashtag,
It can be
pop
any.
song,
I'm
or
really okay with it. Whatever you think.
Okay,
You
is
just
pick,
fun.
just pick.
pick. A, B, or C?
We're gonna do them all.
Which
What do you feel best
which,
prepared for?
Which character? Maybe?
Okay,
Sure,
you want to
yeah.
relate to?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna go first because you guys
Yeah.
have been bad mouthing him the whole show, but I totally. So first of all, I want to relate to Collins because I think he's the only true hero in this whole show, like genuinely good. Maybe Angel, but maybe not. She's problematic with the dog killing. I gotta relate to Mark. Like he's always breaking up fights, and he's always sort of just like the individual kind of like left
very
out
namaste
guy. Yeah, I don't.
That's you.
You guys have identified reasons why he's fucking awful. And I'm like, shit, you're right, but I didn't see that. So does that mean I'm awful in those same
You were
ways?
not. You were lovely.
You're lovely. You can
Thank
help
you.
it.
You were
Thank
lovely.
But anyway, I still relate to Mark. I think in a dream world, I relate to, or I am like Collins, but
Collins
that's
is
a dream
just
world.
The epitome of
He's
manliness.
awesome. He's the
Yeah.
shit.
Absolutely.
All right, who wants to go next?
I'll
Go ahead, Meg.
I'll
Go,
go.
go, Katie.
I identify with Joanne.
Yep.
Okay, because you're a lawyer.
Because I'm a high-powered lawyer.
Because that makes
And
I'm
you're black.
very
and I'm
rich.
black. And I'm like dating this girl.
Who like flirts with everyone. in rubber.
She's like
This-
so
yeah,
hot,
yeah.
but she's so
That
slutty.
that bald girl with a beard is really hot. that
Yeah,
you're
my
dating.
bald boyfriend, who's also a woman, is so fine. In her leather pants. No, but just like mostly following the rules and like kind of being a little rebellious, but like mostly like straight laced and like I did everything right. Like why don't you love me still? And like being very supportive and like being on the outskirts of the friend group a little bit. Like it
Yeah.
it's all.
And I think your stance on like making money and like selling out too works really well there. 'Cause,
Totally.
like I want to hang out with all the artists because I'm an artist, but also I'm gonna get
Money
my money.
is important.
Like, I'm not worried about it.
That's very true.
Yeah, nice. All right, Meg, what do you got?
I would have to agree with Katie.
Oh, yeah?
I
Nice.
identify a lot with Joanne. However, as far as like standing up for what you believe in, I do identify with Maureen a little bit.
Oh man,
She is a little bit of a horrible person.
yeah.
Do not get me wrong.
Sure.
But as far as like her ability to just not stand by and let things happen,
Yeah.
that's the part of her I identify with. But I'm like Katie, I do follow the rules.
Yeah.
Um,
I think you would also. I can see the Maureen thing because she's very like I don't give a shit about
Yeah.
like
I
what
do
you
that a
think
lot.
I am. Like this is
I
who
do
I
that a
am.
lot.
So that works.
sorry. Take me or leave me.
Exactly. Take
But like,
me, baby.
it's true. Like, I think I identify with both of them, which is why I think I love their duet so much, because I'm just like, yes to both sides.
Maybe you guys should. You guys.
Like,
so you got
me,
Joanne and
also
you got
me.
Maureen. Maybe you guys should just date. I don't know.
One day.
Or-
One day
Damn.
we're dumping our boyfriends and we're dating.
Well, I mean,
Sounds
Dan,
good.
we actually have something to tell you.
Whoa.
Sorry, Ben.
Good for you guys.
Love you, Alex.
You know, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
I'm not writing
all
it
right.
off.
Katie, where you want to go next? Hashtag or once you pop?
Let's do. Do you want more time for pop?
I don't know. I would probably just be on a fly with Pop. It doesn't matter.
That's all right.
Should we do pop?
We can do Pop.
Pop it.
Let's do pop.
Pop, lock, and drop it. Go for it. What do you got?
Once you pop the show tune, don't
Oh,
stop.
wait, shit. I'm sorry. I forgot to do it.
Lol in your face,
Damn
bitch.
it. You got me. I got.
You were talking so much
Damn
shit
it.
about how I used to miss it. Anyway, I have.
Wait, let's do it again. Wait. 3, 2, 1. Once you pop the show tune, don't stop. Ah.
You guys are too cute.
We're cute. So I'm replacing Out Tonight.
Okay. I
with
also
the song
Don't-
Crying in the Club by
Oh, I don't know
Camila
that one.
Camila Cabello.
did. What the fuck is that?
No.
Ain't no crying in the club, hey, hey, let the beat carry your tears as they fall, baby. Ain't no crying in the club.
Because in Out
is
Tonight, she's
Camila
like the
Cabello?
Spanish babies are crying, so I have to go to the Cat Sketch Club and like dance and have fun. I have to go out to distract myself from like my sad life. And in Crying in the Club, there's no crying in the club. You have to dance in the
crying in
club.
the club.
You leave your sad life outside of the club, and you can't cry there, so you
What?
dance.
Who is this artist? Camila
She used to
Cabello?
be in Fifth Harmony, and then she left to go solo.
Oh my god, yes.
And she's
Yes,
great,
yes,
and I
yes,
really
yes.
like her music. And Crying in the Club is really good. Ain't no crying
I
in the
can't wait
club.
to buy that song on iTunes because I buy all the songs that I splice in. I can't wait to buy that song on iTunes.
It's really
now.
good.
So excited.
Your collection of music is like
It's so bad. Oh my
really
god! Someday I'm gonna just
expanding.
post on iTunes, or on Twitter, my iTunes playlist. It's like ridiculous. Well, to give you a little bit more time, I can go next then. Oh shit! Yeah. So I wanted to also replace Out Tonight with because you know at the end when she's going like woo.
Yeah, she's a wolf.
Werewolves
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
London.
It's Werewolves of London. That's literally Werewolves of London. That's what I want to replace. Can you imagine if Mimi was just singing Werewolves of London while she was
Doing
doing
the
her
same
strip?
exact dance.
Exactly.
That's her stripper song.
Oh, it's
Perfect.
So good.
That's what I want to replace it with. All right,
God.
Megan, do you have one? You don't have to.
I mean, off the top of my head, because I'm not good with this stuff. When I see a musical, I'm
That's it.
I can only replace it with other musical things.
That's fair.
But I mean, thinking of pop songs, I think I would probably change Take Me or Leave Me
Okay.
and turn it into a solo of just Maureen.
Just it's
and
all right.
maybe her singing Formation.
Oh, all
You
right.
know, or like Partition or
Yeah.
something.
Partition for
you know?
sure.
Or like if you like it,
Partition.
then you should have put a ring on it or something.
Yeah,
What's that song
like-
called?
Or Freakum Dress.
Freakum Dress, yeah, or something
Any
like
Beyonce
that.
song.
And then like Roger, I hate to say, I feel like he's whiny like Taylor Swift, and probably would sing like that new "Look What You Made Me Do" song.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yep. You
You know
just
what I mean?
you nailed it. You nailed
Yeah,
it for
I think
sure.
that's.
Can you imagine if that
I
was
think
his
that's
Your
what-
Eyes instead of Your Eyes? It was Look what you made me do. Look what you just
Look
made me do.
I know, like it's just he's just so like I'm not taking responsibility, and it's all your fault that I'm like this. I feel like that's why.
Yeah.
He's a Taylor Swift to me.
But I
dig
feel like
it.
that's what he sings to Mark only. Like, it's like, you're so mad at me because I'm so sad, but you make me like that.
me this way, Mark.
Mark, please. I don't want to take my ACT.
Just let me be, Mark.
Every time you say ACT, I think of ACT, like the test. Yeah, I don't want to take my
I
test.
don't like standardized testing. It's outdated.
I don't believe it's a fair assessment of my intelligence.
It does not represent me as well as you think.
All right. Hashtag. What do you got, Megan? You want to go first?
No.
Okay.
I'll go first.
Go for it.
I have a hashtag if rent were today.
Ooh.
So like what would the problems that they face be Like we talked a little bit about millennials and like their screens.
It would
Yeah,
be political. It would
these-
be such a
so here's
politi-
mine.
It would be such a political musical.
These white dudes keep touching me when I don't want them to. Hashtag if Brent were this Brent were today.
That's Mimi's song.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is funny because Roger's the only white guy that touches her.
Trump equals. Oh shit! What's Tay Diggs' name?
Benny.
Trump equals Benny. Hashtag if Brent were today.
For sure. Benny would for sure be wearing a Make America Great Again
Oh
hat.
yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You guys got one? You want to do one for your own, Katie, or no? You don't have to.
We'll see.
Yeah. What else can I get? Everybody dying from gun violence. Hashtag if Brent were today.
Mark would be just recording on his iPhone 6.
Yeah.
But would
right.
be pissy that it was a 6 and not an
Yeah,
X.
No, I think he'd still be recording on his video camera and just scoffing at everybody who
like-
makes way better movies on their phone.
Yeah. Or he has an app that like makes it look old.
Yeah.
Yes. With like a filter.
Roger can't quite get GarageBand. Hashtag if Brent were
It
today.
me.
I
It keeps crashing. my perfect song.
can't get it. Damn it. I had 8 solos in it. Or 8 harmonies. Oh, that's great. That's a great one.
That's a good one.
Any others? Megan, you want to try one? You don't have to.
I just can't. I couldn't think of anything fun. It's true. I was like,
Improv, baby.
it was just like hashtag AIDS.
Oh, yeah.
or
This
like,
movie is sad.
you
Hashtag
know,
AIDS.
Hashtag what is AIDS? Because like it's-
Hashtag let's have a conversation about AIDS. Like, let's get real serious here.
Well, I feel like everyone's forgotten about AIDS. It's like
That's true.
It's like one of those diseases that's super still relevant.
Yeah,
and
for
everyone's
sure.
just like, whatever.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
just World AIDS Day a couple of days ago.
Oh, we should mention
Get
that.
tested, guys.
Yeah, we should mention that it
Yeah,
was World
get
AIDS
tested.
Day, and
Be
definitely go get
safe.
tested.
I have
and
a friend that passed away from AIDS complications, so
Did
it's
you
still
really?
relevant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very sad.
What is the other message with World AIDS Day? It's get tested, have safe sex, and like
Yeah.
get medication or something. It's like a go
Prep.
get treatment.
Prep.
PrEP is something that prevents it, that
Yes,
you
I
can
have
take.
a
Yeah.
lot of I have a lot of gay friends that take prep.
Yeah. So
And
do
then
your
if
shit,
you-
guys.
If you
Come
have
on.
it, then there's lots of
Also,
stuff to help fight
just
it.
be like super clean. Like
Just don't ever touch mud.
Well, not only that, it's just like don't have sex in dirty places also and do things.
Well, just always use a condom.
Yeah, but if you
Yeah.
do need, like, if that's your thing, if that's your fetish, but just toss a condom
Just be
on
like
there.
safe about it.
Just toss it right down there.
Toss one on. Do your thing. You be you, but be careful with AIDS, guys. And if you have AIDS, there's help for you. Don't kill yourself. Nope, I'm gonna cut that. I was trying to do like a Rent thing, where they all want to kill
not a Rent
themselves.
thing.
Yeah, they do, but Mimi wants to kill herself.
Yeah, they're like, no,
Yeah.
no, bitch.
All right, so then I'll go with my hashtag.
No.
I wasn't super happy with my hashtag. I had like hashtag don't be a Benny, hashtag Benny there, done that.
Benny, they're done that.
Yes.
When times we've all sold out.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Maybe I should stick with that one. I'll do my other one. But all right, hashtag
What's your
Benny
other
there,
one?
done that.
Okay, hashtag Benny, they're done that. I have a day job. Hashtag Benny,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
done
there you
that.
go.
Yes.
I pay my rent. Hashtag Benny, they're
That's
done
right. I like going with the MAGA theme, like just voted for Trump. Hashtag Benny there, done that.
Yeah.
Very excited for this tax plan.
Yes, super pumped for the new tax plan. It's gonna
Yes.
ruin the middle class. Hashtag
Yeah.
Benny there,
Did
done
you,
that.
Did you see the video of the senator
Senator
of
with, like,
Montana
the
and who like
thick
got it
ass.
25 minutes before they had to vote on it, and it was like
What was it?
That thick.
thick as
It was
ridiculousness.
the new amendments.
Oh God, so
And
dumb.
but
Oh,
like
yeah.
the one he received had like notes from the Republican Party written on the side, but like in chicken scratch.
Yeah,
and
right.
it's just like
illegible.
he's like, if
Oh.
you can tell me what this says, you're
Right.
but you're
That's
better
crazy.
than me.
We're
The
no
one
longer
of
in a
the notes is
democracy.
just like also no Mexicans. It's just like one of the amendments.
Seriously,
like,
there's
what?
an amendment in there that's like redefines when life begins to
Yeah.
help ban abortions,
For
overturn Roe v.
taxes.
Wade.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Guys, we live in a great country.
yeah. So to take it out of politics, I had another fun one that I
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
you guys could have fun with. Because of that drug dealer is so skeevy and so bad at dealing drugs.
Yes.
My hashtag was hashtag I definitely don't have drugs.
What, this scratch? No. It's chickenpox. I definitely don't take drugs.
Yes.
What? I'm sorry, officer. My butt is very clenched. I definitely don't have drugs.
I have a very tight butthole
Tight
naturally.
I know I'm waddling. I definitely don't have drugs.
What? There's
That's so
definitely a
funny.
flying pig in the sky. I'm not on drugs.
All right. Well, I think we'll send it home with our scores. So, we didn't do your head. Did you have one? I couldn't.
No.
Yeah, I thought you were like,
It
I don't
was
have
just-
one.
I don't.
So
It was just hashtag AIDS.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
no.
I can't-
Literally. I think the only good one that I thought about, well, it was hashtag daddy drug dealer. And then, like, it
The
was
same
like,
lines.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
along the same lines, and then it was just hashtag AIDS, and then like, yeah, no. I didn't really
hashtag
have-
daddy drug dealer.
I'm really bad with hashtags. I don't.
That's
use
fair.
them as often as you
We
think.
don't. The guests don't ever have to do this
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, yeah. There's no
Um,
pressure.
That's a fucking creepy name. Hashtag daddy drug dealer.
That's it. That's the only
real
available
creepy.
tweet.
That's it.
What's the creepiest name you can think of for yourself? Hashtag daddy drug dealer. There it is. You can call me daddy drug dealer.
I can't. I can't do
You
that.
can call me daddy.
I can.
I can't.
I'll do it later.
I won't.
Daddy drug dealer.
I can't.
All right.
It's just because she's mad at you that you didn't watch the ending of that show.
Yeah,
That's
if you watched
true.
Westworld, I
Westworld.
would have called you daddy all day.
I don't want anyone to call me daddy,
You just asked for it.
including
So make up
Liv.
your mind.
Tell me what you want, Dad.
I can't handle
All
any more
right.
of this.
So, Katie, you go first. Score it on music, writing, and pageantry.
Okay, music.
The,
It's
the movie or the bros? I think specify.
both.
Out
I'd
of
say
5.
both. It's
but
a lot
you'll
of the
see, we
same-
don't
it's-
really follow it.
If we're doing, I think the movie cuts out a lot of the annoying songs, which is great.
Like all those Christmas
But-
bells are ringing.
Oh my god, Christmas bells are ringing can suck my dick. So annoying. Honest living, honest living, honest living, honest
I
living.
hate that guy.
So
I don't
annoying.
even know what that
It's
is.
just squeegee, man.
Oh.
It's
I
when
mean,
they're on the
just-
street.
Yeah, it's a bunch of homeless people. Don't worry about it.
All right. What's your score?
It's crazy. So my score for music, like not taking into account the annoying ones, just how amazing most of the music is in this show.
I don't know. I would argue you kind of have to. But all right. Anyway, you do you. I'm not trying to start.
You're right. Then if we're just talking movie, 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Coats from the street.
Yeah, that's exactly. We don't follow it. We
10
don't
out
follow
of
it.
10 coats from the street
Okay.
that Angel bought me
That's nice.
to warm myself. And if we're doing the Broadway show, then like, I don't know, 9. And then pageantry, not a lot of pageantry, but Maureen like is definitely bringing the score up.
Yeah.
I don't know, 7.
Okay.
Fancy weddings out of 10 fancy weddings. And then
You just stick it with out of 10, and I love
the
it.
overall, what are we? Overall vibe?
No, music, writing, and pageantry.
Writing.
Writing.
Cheesy cheese
Real
balls.
cheesy.
Real cheese balls. But honestly, like it makes you cry and feel shit. So, a 9 out of 10 funerals.
All right, funerals. All right, Megan, what do you think?
Pageantry.
Just
That's the- it's-
how grand it is.
we
I
just
feel
make it up.
nothing.
It's literally nothing. I made it up.
If I had to rate the music of the movie, I would agree with Katie, a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
If it was the musical, I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10.
All right. Pretty close. so
Yeah.
far.
Pageantry.
Also, I just want to say, guys, great job with the 5 out of 5 scale so far.
yeah, Dan told me seconds
Did
before
he?
you said 10 that it was out of 5.
I never listen to Dan, especially after he hasn't watched Westworld.
It's my favorite part of this musical. Or of this podcast. I would say that we have no scale.
He was literally like, it's out of 5. And I was like, okay. And then you were like,
9
10
out of 10.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
You guys have done a great job. All right. What do you got for pageantry and writing?
Out of pageantry, I would give the musical like a 9 out of 10. Movie, probably a 9 out of 10. It's probably the same feeling for me.
Nice.
Writing, I can't say. I mean, it's different because they did cut some stuff out for the movie. So I would give the movie, for like the cutting and everything that they did, like a solid 10 out of 10.
Okay.
And probably the musical, because of all of the annoying interlude songs, like a good 8.5 out of 10.
All right, so pretty high scores across the board.
Yeah,
though. Like, not
yeah.
bad.
I mean, it's a classic. You can't really say it's like a 5.
Right. Well, you can.
No,
and I'm about
if
to.
it was a 5 out of 5 score rating.
All right, I see what you did there. So I can only do the movie, but I'd say writing, the end. I would have given it like 4 out of 5, but the writing, the ending was so bad that I got to give it like a 3 AZTs out of 5. That's probably mean, huh? 3. I'm not gonna do that. 3 old video cameras out of 5. The music, 4 Seasons of Love specifically, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 5. Seasons. This is a 7 seasons. And then pageantry, there's just not really anything there. Angel, I'd give it a 0 like, other than Angel, so I'll give it a 1 out of 5. Angels. Santa costumes.
And heels.
And heels, yeah. Hell yeah, that's what I want to do. 1 out of 5 heels, because you got to wear heels, as we learned.
You do.
You gotta.
You have to.
Yeah.
Don't be a little
Absolutely
bitch.
do.
Yeah.
Don't cop out. If you are a future person listening who wants to play Angel, please learn to walk in heels. Otherwise,
You literally have to.
you
required
have
by
no
law.
purpose in auditioning for that musical.
Yeah.
Learn your shit.
All right. Well, I think that'll do it for us here at the MusiPals. We want to thank all of our listeners. Thank you so much for continuing to listen. We really, really appreciate it. And of course, thanks to our Papa network, our Papa and Mama network. No, I don't know. Thank you to Arcade Audio for their continued support. Hey, when you get a sec, check out some of their other shows. There's RJ Hates Rap, Our Father, The Blank Slate. Don't Ask Jen and Liz. There's some really great shows on that network, so give those a listen because they're fantastic. Also listen to the wrestling podcasts because they're the only wrestling podcasts out there, and they're absurd and awesome. So again, thank you to arcadeaudio.net. If you want to check out their shows, go to arcadeaudio.net. I just said because I'm a little drunk. Thank you to Arcade Audio. If you want to check out their shows, go to arcadeaudio.net. I said thank you arcadeaudio.net. Like it was like the whole thing was the
Thank
URL
you,
was
this
their
website.
name. Katie, where can they find us?
Can I say one thing first?
Yeah,
That
of
we
course.
edited into the beginning
Yeah.
of the
Wait,
thing.
can we then if
Do
you
it
want
at
to
the very end.
finish this and then because
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
do like a little mid thing too.
Okay,
So.
sounds good. So please follow us on Instagram and Twitter. We love talking with you guys. You can find us at the MusiPals and at MusiPals on Twitter. And we have a Facebook too. Connect with us on there. It's really fun, and we post new episodes, so you're alerted. And on all 3 platforms, and it's really fun talking to you guys. So please come follow us and join us and talk with us, and we love it.
And please rate and review the show. And if you could just share the show with one friend, that would be amazing. Friend or family member or foe. Or foe. If there's someone that you hate.
Yeah.
Send
if
them
you
the
don't like
show.
us, send this to an enemy
That's right.
and punish them.
But please do share the show. It's you can't even understand. You wouldn't know that's mean to say to our listeners because they're not dumb. You wouldn't believe how effective it is, just the word of mouth and just having one person share it with another person who shares it with another person. It compounds, and we then are much more popular. So please continue to share us, and thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for Meaghan.
Yes, thank you
guys. This was a blast.
Do you have places that you'd like people to find you? You don't have to, like Twitter or Instagram, or do you not want them to?
No, I mean, you can find me on any social media that you would like.
Okay. How do they do that?
All of my names are, I'm not smart like my boyfriend who has the same name to everything.
Is that your username? I'm not smart. Hashtag,
No, but like
at
it's
I'm not
true.
smart like my boyfriend.
He literally has the same name for all of his social media, and I
That's
do
good
not.
brand. That's good brand
It's
building.
great brand, and I am not that smart to do so. You can follow me at Meaghan Pellisier on Instagram.
You may want to spell that.
Yeah. So first of all, my first Meaghan is with every letter in Meaghan, so it's Meaghan.
It really is. I've never noticed
It
that.
is.
Like,
It's every
everyone you
letter,
could have.
every way you can spell Meaghan
Yeah.
is my first name, and then my last name is P as in Paul, Elisier. So you can follow me on Instagram, Snapchat. I believe it's Meaghan_Leah.
Okay.
Something like
Leah.
No, Leigha.
You love letters. You're a real letters
Blame
fan.
my
That doesn't spell
parents.
Leah.
That spells Leah in the Welsh way.
I love that you assumed our listeners would spell it that way. Yeah, they'll find me.
It's just so it happens. Oh, there goes my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, so pizzas.
She is throwing her phone all around the room.
Facebook, it's the same. Meaghan Pellisier.
I'm gonna friend you on
Yeah, but don't
Facebook.
friend her because that's creepy.
That's creepy. Don't be a
mean,
creep.
yeah, but I have a follow page, so.
All right.
if you
Oh, all
wanna
right.
do
Okay, good,
that-
good.
Okay, then do that.
No,
Well,
that you
we'll cut us saying creepy
Yeah, you
then.
can do that. But yeah, just check me out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for being here. We really appreciate it.
you.
And thanks to our listeners. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for playing Arcade Audio. Play more at arcadeaudio.net.